Hi everybody, Oily here, Tasha, formerly known as Oily over here, but you're still welcome to call me that if you'd like. Um, really didn't have this scheduled, so I might give it a few minutes and see who all pops in here. Excuse me. If nobody pops in, I'll still talk to you and you can watch later at a higher rate of speed because I know I'm Southern and speak slowly. So, anyway, it's good to be here. Again, like I said last time, it's easier for me to go live than to do recorded videos. So, was going to talk about, excuse me, not much sleep last night, was going to talk about something I saw. Let me see. Hi, Kiss My Grass. Hey, Red. Good to see you again. I remember seeing you over on Dana's channel. It's good to see you, Red. I was going to talk today about rules for thee, but not for me. The way these politicians like to do it. I saw a news report on Newsmax a while ago, and I just wanted to discuss that a little bit. It's kind of interesting. So, how are you doing, Red? Hope you're doing well. I have a bit of a delay, so if I have some downtime in between what I say and your comment, it's because I'm thinking I'm not seeing your comment until after I've been sitting here a while after I speak because of the delay. Excuse me. But anyway, I was also going to discuss a little bit about my channel so people will know about my channel who are new over here. I'll probably upload a video, welcome to the channel type thing, so people know a little bit about me. Yeah, yeah, I kind of want to go over some of that because I think that people voting for these hypocrites who are expecting you to do certain things, but they're not expecting that of themselves, I think that that is not right. And I do think the laws need to change on that because they should be held to a higher standard, really. If they're in charge or if they're, I shouldn't say in charge because we voted them in, we should be in charge. But if they're the ones that are out there, they need to be representing us, not ruling over us. So that's my feeling on it, and I don't think anybody's going to change that opinion that I have. So anyway, if you're out there, say hi. So I know you're out there. I'd like to say hi back. And if you're new, let me know you're new so that I can kind of introduce myself a little bit to you and get to know you as well. Now, Red, you don't have to go into specifics, but what part of the country are you from? Like East Coast, Northern Farmland? Oh, you're like me. You have to correct it if you spell it incorrectly. I'm the same way. I'm kind of anal about that stuff. Has to be spelled correctly. Like I rarely will share a meme or something like that somebody else has shared that sorry, I got to move my screen up. Have the weirdest. Let me move this down just a touch. There. Maybe that'll be better for me. East Coast. Okay. Yeah, we anyway, I lost my train of thought because I was trying to read and readjust my screen and everything. My screen has my daughter dropped my computer and it's got a crack. Hey, Iva KI, good to see ya. Hey, JIT, how's it going? It's good to see you. It's been a little while. I haven't visited too many channels and I've got to catch up with, I probably won't even be able to catch up, but I need to at least check on everybody's most recent videos. It's so good to see you. JIT. Just in case you didn't know, I'm formerly the Oily Prepper or Oily's Humble Home, but I changed my name, so it's the same person. Oh, there's my little bar. How's everybody doing today? You doing okay? Y'all Kiss My Grass says that you can call her Red. So you are female, correct? That's what I was thinking, but I might be totally wrong. We were talking today. I wanted to talk about some of the double standards and stuff that our politicians are doing. You know, like specifically from a certain one. Okay, I was thinking you were. I'll just say it rhymes with Melosi. She, she got caught, after. Oh, good. Good to see you, JIT. Anyway, so she got caught going to her hairdresser without a mask, going inside when she wasn't supposed to. That was part of their mandate. Oh, really? Hey, Kaylin, good to see you. Got dumped on with the white stuff, huh? Goodness, we'd like to see more, but we did get a good drizzling rain here the other night, which was so awesome. We got an inch, but it was a slow drizzle, so it soaked in really good, and everything's starting to perk up a little around here. But anyways, okay, so Melosi, I don't want my thing flagged, gets caught going to her hairdresser without having any mask on. And today I saw a deal on her and her husband on Newsmax. Magically, her and her husband invest like a very minimal amount of money for them into Tesla back in December. And wouldn't you know it, they're pushing through all these government tax credits and all of this stuff, and really pushing for all the vehicles to go all electric. So Tesla's gains have shot through the roof, their stocks. So they've already made over like almost $1 million, like around $600,000 already just in the last month on this magical thing, which hardly ever happens. I mean, it's a capital gains thing. Like it happens very rarely from what I understand. I'm not big on stocks, but you don't usually make that kind of a short-term gamble. Most people go for a little bit longer term thing. And so, most people would consider that probably insider trading, but yet here they are. Rules for thee, but not for me. And it's just so frustrating. And I think that people need to start working together to really get these people out. They have been in there way too long. Ted Cruz put in for term limits, which I think maybe he's tried to do before, but I really do believe that is what really needs to happen right now, is the term limits. Because, and I don't think it should be left up to them to vote on their own term limits. I think it should be put on a ballot. And I think that's what we all need to be pushing for with our representatives. Whether we need to gather up enough signatures for that to happen, I don't know how to go about that, but I'm seriously considering that we all in every state need to come together to try to come up with enough signatures for these term limits, because they're not going to stop unless they are stopped. I mean, this is ridiculous that there are people in there that have been in there for 40 years, 30, 40 years or longer, and nothing's changed, but yet everybody else is the problem. They're not the problem when they've been in there the longest, and I think it's definitely time to do that. And as far as on the preparedness side of this, I don't think I have to tell any of you that the things that they're discussing and seriously discussing, and just the isolation and the vitriol in which they are going after conservatives is frightening. It really is frightening how quickly they're going after them, and it seems like we can't get a leg up when it comes to all of this. So I think that it's important that we all try to work together to get a lot of this resolved, because I mean, they're coming after free speech, they're coming after um, most of our rights, or a good chunk of our rights that are really important for many, many reasons. And I think that we need to have some kind of legislation to stop that mess. Look at Robert C. Byrd. He was a career politician, was Biden's friend, and Byrd was a top guy in the KKK. And was, oh, I believe it. I mean, just the comments that have come out of Biden's mouth, you know, even I wasn't, yeah, and they want us to eat bugs too. That, I mean, seriously. Like, if you want to eat bugs, go for it. But that is not something that I want forced on me. And it all has to do with this Amenda 21. Trying to say things in a way. But yeah, I mean, 21 and 2030, those are, if you don't know about those, you need to go and look those up, because all of this goes back to that, the Green New Deal, the trying to push us all to go electric, or, you know, off grid kind of a things. So much has bought up farmland, and not just that, but China, like, I live in far western Oklahoma, almost to the Texas line, panhandle line. Hey, just exploring every path. Good to see you. Welcome. I live in far western Oklahoma, and I mean, there's nothing out here but farmland mainly. And China, the Chinese have bought up numerous farmlands around here. And some Bulgarians have also bought land around here. They're all saying, because medical marijuana is now legal here in Oklahoma, that you can go ahead and you can, I mean, all these people are coming in saying they're going to grow, you know, grow farms for it, and for cannabis. And I don't know. I just don't think it's smart to go to allow land to be sold to people of other countries who have wished death upon us. I think that is very stupid. It is so stupid, and there should be laws against it. And they're paying 3, 4, 5 times what the land is actually worth, just so the people won't say no. And I'm sorry, but if they come and offer it to me, I'm not going to say, sure, go ahead. You know, I'm going to give you an opportunity for you to get, you know, more and more of our land. And I just, yeah, they just about own the world. They really do. Iva Ki. It's true. Yeah. I mean, they've bought up most available farmland in our area, unless, like, there was a local farmer, and they have to have pretty good amount of money in order to do it. I mean, because China will go in and they'll just pay at auctions, and so, I mean, they just keep outbidding everybody, or they'll come in and go directly to the family who's selling the property for whatever reason, or if they like the property, they'll just go up and keep offering until the people don't resist. Keep hiking up the price, and I just think it's not. I don't think it's right at all. And then with them having, now they're opening up military base on the Bahamas. That's way too close. And really, truthfully, I mean, some people may think that the military can just knock it down quickly before it ever gets here, but with them being that close, if they wanted to set off an EMP, it would probably at least knock out the East Coast, you know. I just don't think it's smart at all to do it. I don't think it is. And we're not smart enough for our people to go and get get items, you know, get the stuff needed to replace our grid if we need to, you know, and have that stored in a safe place. So I don't know. I'm not saying it would happen, but I've made sure my daughter lives almost 3 hours away from us by car. And so I've made sure that she is gathering up supplies to have. She has a bug out bag, which would be what she would use to get here since she's so far away. But I'm telling her additional things to make sure she has in there, and to be ready. You know, if it looks like it's something like an EMP, she needs to get on heading this way before it gets too bad. Yeah, that is why we prep, Red. It's better to have it and not need it. That is right, than to need it and not have it. So I know that I still have a lot to learn about preparedness. I've been prepping for about 10, 12 years now, at least, and been on here for 6. And I've studied a lot. I'm not saying I'm the be all know all prepper by any stretch of the imagination, but if somebody wants to learn something, I'm here, and I want to learn from everybody. They're saying buy American while China owns us. So yeah, it's coming to that point, isn't it? JIT preparedness. It really is. But I I mean, I was formerly basically, if I needed something, because I live so far out, there's not really very many mom and pop stores that have enough variety like for the preparedness. That's good, Red. Um, so my options are mainly online unless I make a 3-hour drive any which direction to have enough variety. So I would order, you know, on Amazon, and or I'm finding it really hard to find semi-comparable prices. Hey, Granny Monster, welcome. Um, Will, yeah, that's right, Will. I keep forgetting. I don't know why, my brain. But anyway, yeah, so I have decided, you know, not to be ordering from Amazon anymore because of their stifling free speech by pushing conservative apps off of their deals, their sites, their servers. So it makes it kind of hard. So if you know of really good sites, we need to share those for different preparedness items. So yeah, if you know of any sites that have like really good prices on things comparable to Amazon or less, or right around that same, then please, you know, let us know. Send me send me info on Gmail. I have my Gmail account on my page right up there at the top, near the top. So just click on it, send me an email telling me, you know, what items you found at the best prices, because I'm going to compile a list, and then I want to share those with you all, because I think if we all work together, we can help each other avoid some of these companies that are trying to take away our rights. You're in eastern Nebraska. Okay. Yeah. We used to live up in Nebraska, in far western Nebraska. Um, Fawn Lake Ranch is what it was called. We used to live up there. See, I didn't know how the shelf stable milk, like it's the liquid milk you're talking about, right? Now I have tried the Nido Fortificata. It's on the Hispanic aisle in Walmart and probably other grocery stores, and I love it. It's actually the whole milk powder, so that would probably be the best option for making like your cheese from the Nido, or from powdered milk, because that's already got the full fat in it. So I think, or most of the fat in it. So I think that would be a really good option. I'd like to try it someday to make my own mozzarella. So yeah, is there a favorite that you prefer, Red, over the on the shelf stable milks? Um, Favorite, try camping survival or go prepared. Okay, let me write those down, because I'm going to compile a list, and then I'm going to see if I can find a tech person that would help me to be able to make it into like a paper where you can also, or I could just compile a list and email it to everybody that wants me to email it. That would work perfect too. Yeah, the powdered goat milk I keep on hand because we live on a farm. If there's any stray littles like rabbits or anything that are looking like they're needing help, or neighbor has kittens or whatever, I have that. Plus, if somebody has a baby, goat's milk is a lot more tolerable if they can't breastfeed. So I do keep that on hand. Um, let's see. So we got camping survival. I think I already do the camping survival. I mean, I get their pamphlets or whatever that comes out, and then go prepared. And Walmart, I've been trying. I don't want to spend so much at Walmart either, because they are throwing a fit over conservatives as well. And I just think that businesses kind of need to stay out of all of that. Now, I understand if it's something like major, like for me, a major issue for me would be like abortions. For somebody else, it may be something different. I can understand that. But I don't think it's appropriate to otherwise. Yeah, I do need to talk to Urban Prepper or Prepper Nerd 1 about that, to try to get it figured out, because I would like to be able to do that without creating a separate website, because I've been there and done that, and man, that's a hassle. I just don't want to have to do that, and really can't afford to do that. My husband works for our local county, and we don't make very much money. And like, if the county revenues are not very much, then his pay, and along with all the other county hands pays, go less. Okay, what time? Um, what time, Will, are you gonna do? And I think Will Prepper Nerd has. I think it's Prepper Nerd. It may not be. Maybe Urban Prepper. Somebody I saw on one of their sites is going to do. They're doing a prepping live stream schedule so that everybody can be on there. So if I find out who that is, or if you know, great. But if I find out who that is, you might get a hold of them so that your live can be on. Let's see. We don't really drink milk, but we use it for like cereal or oatmeal, or my granddaughter loves hot chocolate. 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and that's on Thursday. Okay, awesome. Prepper Nerd. Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was Prepper Nerd. Are there any mods that can? I don't have any mods now at this time. The links for Prepper Nerd, is that what you're talking about, or for what? It's Prepper, and then I think underscore nerd. And what links? Like the links to everybody? Oh, let's see. I tell you what. Let's do. 'Let's 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 do. Hey, Rick. There you are. How are you? Let's see. How about... Oh, won't let me make you a mod on here for some reason. I don't know how to do that. This is new to me, so... Settings? Yeah, I don't know how to do it to where there's mods. Right now there's only 7 people in here, but I don't know who all you're wanting. But and my internet isn't too great. So you're just so new and have moved, so you need to truly start from scratch. Oh, for prepping? Well, I thought so, exploring, but... Okay, good. I'm sorry, Granny Monster. I will try to go into my settings, but see, I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, so I'm having to use StreamYard, and I clicked on the names. Oh, wait, there, maybe. Nope. Only 2 options it's giving me is put user in timeout or block the user. It's not letting me, like the regular YouTube thing used to, when I could do live streams. It's not letting me. Yeah, I did. I clicked the 3 dots. I clicked the 3 dots and it's only giving me put user in timeout and block user. I don't know why. In the StreamYard, it's not giving me that option. I'll have to ask somebody, because it should, the old way used to let me make mods. So I will work on that for the next time. The next time or two, I will work on figuring out how to set up mods. But I removed all my mods because I had so many before. Okay, that's what I kind of thought. You had to go into the YouTube side. And let me see, I don't know if my screen will let me stay up or not. If you get back feed, I'm sorry. I'll try to be quiet for just a minute, and that way I can set up mods on my screen here. Let me see. And that way I can... I'm going to mute. Set up mods on my... Okay, let's see. Is Gear out there? Okay, sorry guys. My internet is just not good enough to go back and forth between the 2 screens. So I will do that. Yeah, Gear does StreamYard, and so if it's that, then I bet I can't. I can do it in the studio. So I'll go in there at a later date and get a couple of people as mods so that we can do that. I just ended up having a ton of mods in the past, and it just got to be too many, I think. So I'm gonna try to do it differently. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do more lives. Like I've said before, I don't have very good internet, so trying to upload a video is ridiculous. Even just this, it takes forever for it to process. So I'm going to try to do more lives, but I can't make any promises it'll be a specific time or date or anything. But if y'all can, check out Will's channel at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that is JIT Preparedness, JITP, all capitalized, preparedness-info channel. So get him subbed up so that you can check that out. Thursday, he's going to be doing a live stream, and he's going to be discussing dried foods. So that's a good thing to have. We all need to be having like a dehydrator and have it going. Did you know a lot of seed companies had to shut down their website because either they're sold out or behind in orders? Oh, I believe it, because people learned from last year how hard it was in, canning supplies and all of that, anything to do with gardening, canning. Whew, I need some seeds desperately too, because we're going to work hard on making sure we have a good garden this year. There is a place south of us that sells their potatoes to Lay's, and Lay's only takes a certain size of potatoes. So anything that's not that size is filtered out, and people can just go down and just gather up as much as they want. So we're going to do that this year, but I want to work on perfecting my potato growing while I do that. Oh, Kaylin, yeah, I bet it does. I mean, it is frustrating that it takes so long, and then so if there's something you didn't add in or whatever, it takes a while. You would need the skills to dry stuff with no dehydrator. Yeah. Um, you can do like your own. I wonder what all you would need to do like your own dehydrator that's like sun version. I mean, you can just dry stuff in the sun with maybe a reflective, but I mean, how do you do that without it cooking so much? So there's a lot more I need to learn on that too. I mean, I've dehydrated stuff, but like I dehydrated mushrooms. Did not know that I should have blanched them for a while first. I would love to have a freeze dryer, JIT, but I can't. I can't afford to get one. There's a way that people can freeze dry in their own freezers somehow, but I mean, I think everything has to be pretty precise on that. I don't know. I haven't done enough research on that. I've just kind of dabbled looking into it. So, yeah, red dry pinto beans and rice is a good start. Absolutely. But you need to look at your overall complete needs. Like Urban Preppers, I love a lot of his concepts because he starts out like with the basic needs, like for the most urgent needs, and then works his way out to longer term stuff. Excuse me. And I really like that concept because you set yourself small goals. I wish there was people around here spearing food. You're funny, Red. Or you're funny, Granny Monster. Um, but yeah, I would love to get one, Will, but I mean, finances are tight. Literally, I have about $400 a month. Used to, we may double what we do now, but now I have about $400 a month, and that takes care of fuel, groceries, my medicine, which every 3 months is about $200. Plus, I have certain vitamins that I have to do. Yeah, Biddy's in the other part of the state, the opposite part of the state of me. So, yeah, I mean, right now, it's about like robbing Peter to pay Paul right now. It's tight. Um, so I'm just having to do a little bit at a time. But I do have 2 dehydrators. I found one dehydrator at a garage sale for about $15, and it has never been used. It was still on the plastic and everything. It's an older dehydrator, but it's never been used, so I'm confident in it. And then I have a Nesco. Neither one of these are crazy fancy, but they will work, and I do plan on doing some more of that. And I do have books. I would encourage everybody, get books or print off your instructions, because if something were to happen to the power grid, you're not going to be able to look these videos up anymore. Like, I mean, it's possible some of your devices may still work, but yeah, it is a great price. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but I would have paid 40, 50 bucks for it. So the way I look at it, at least I'm going to be able to put up some food. I can have one, I'd like to save more for like fruits, and one for other stuff, because I feel like sometimes the tastes kind of all mingle in the dehydrators. So I want to do it that way. Hey, MCK, let me see. I can't see what your comment is. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. Good to see ya. I was looking back through some of my old videos, and I think the very first video, I put up might have been how I stopped my husband snoring fast. No, maybe it was Country Prepper that posed that. But one of my older videos I was looking at and saw you had commented on that before. Yeah. Well, Granny Monster, we all need to work together, because, the way it is we can always feed off of each other's ideas. There's always things that maybe I'm going to make a statement that's going to spark an idea in your head. Oh, I didn't, you know what? That makes me think of this. Hey, Selena, how are you? So, yeah, I think that we all need to work together, feed off each other, and teach each other and learn from each other, because, I mean, we need to do that. But, yeah, thank you, JIT. I appreciate that. But, yeah, you need to make sure you have books on hand to reference back to, or binders that has your information, especially things you're not real confident in doing yet, Plus, you also have to realize that you may not be fully capable. Hey, Squib, how are you? I'd encourage all of y'all to take a moment, check out each other's channels, because you may see something that you like, or you can learn from each other. But yeah, you need to have books, because if something happens to you, and you may know that skill and have it down pat, but somebody else may not, and they need to know how to do it in case something happens to you. This is why, like, a big thing for me, a big pet peeve of mine is like get home bags and bug out bags and stuff like that. I don't feel very comfortable or confident when I see somebody putting like it as a family kit, because what if y'all get separated? I think that each bag needs to be its own sustainable unit for that person, because that way you can work so hard. You can work so hard on having everything together, and then get separated, and one person has everything and the other person doesn't have anything. Plus, what if one of those bags gets stolen? You still have everything you need for fire, everything you need for sustaining some food, for protection, all of that in one deal. I did not even know that he had passed. It's been so long. I knew that he hadn't been well, but I had been off YouTube for so long. Oh, that breaks my heart. I just left Country Prepper, a memorial camp fundraiser. Well, let me know, and if I have any way I can contribute some to that fund, I sure will, because he was a good man. Yeah, that makes me sad. Wow, I did not know that. Well, a friend of mine, We Tree Bonsai, passed this last year, and at first we thought it was like a long drawn out thing, because her and her husband both fell, and we thought maybe they had laid there and suffered, but we found out later that one had a heart attack and fell, and then the other one must have done the same. She must have done the same, trying to help him. So it was much quicker than we thought. So that was good. Sorry, I'm emotional. But he was one of my first friends. So as you can tell, I don't just think of y'all as just people without faces. I think of y'all as my friends and my family. So that makes me sad, but I know he's in a better place. So what is that? Contact Thack of AOK Foraging and Advent 7. I know you do. Sorry. I'm writing this down. Thank you. AOK Foraging and Adventures. All right. Oh. Adventures with a 7. Okay. All right. I promise I'm going to get in a better mood. I know that he's in a better place, so I'm okay. Just a little tough. Oh, let's see. But anyways, okay, back to the rules for me and not, or for thee, but not for me. So, of course, we've all seen the hypocrisy of politicians on both sides. So it's really frustrating. Let me see. All right, night, Granny Monster. If you need anything, if you need any suggestions or anything, holler, okay? Email me, and if you're trying to brainstorm about stuff, I'll be glad to email you, video chat, whatever. But yeah, I think that meant AOK Foraging and Adventures. Okay, yeah, I understand. All right. But yeah, Granny, I just encourage you, like, if you're kind of just starting out on the preparedness thing, just take it a step at a time. Set yourself mini goals so it doesn't feel impossible. Try to cover all your bases, though, in your mini goals, like things you would most need, emergencies that would most likely happen in your area. Start there and work your way out. And set yourself a goal for having an extra week's worth, having an extra 2 weeks worth, 3 weeks, months, however you want to do it. Just set yourself little goals so you don't feel overwhelmed. But make sure you cover all your bases, like personal hygiene supplies, medical supplies, laundry supplies, anything to run your entire household, and just work your way out. For anybody starting prepping, I would recommend that. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, Granny Monster. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think that we need to start really doing much more to push these politicians to be more accountable, whether it's petitions or whatever we have to do to start with, for one thing, term limits. Because like I said, they're not going to do it on their own. They're not going to vote themselves term limits. No matter which one of them, maybe there might be a few in there, but most are not going to. Let me see. Oh, Red. Yeah, that's tough. Well, that for me, I didn't really have anybody around here that prepped or anything. Agreed, Red. Yeah, if you can do it, everybody else can too. My husband's finally gotten on board on preparedness, so that's really good. And that helps me a tremendous amount because he used to like just get real frustrated because he would just think I was just blowing stuff out of proportion. I was like, you don't understand. From my point of view, I see everything is going down so quickly, and I don't know how to stop this roller coaster. Probably can't be stopped. So how do you deal when you have a spouse that's not on board with you? And I'm not physically able to work because even though I'm not legally considered disabled, I can't, there's a lot that I can't do. And so working outside the home is not possible. For those that don't know me, I have a permanent headache. Literally every second of the day and night, I have a headache. And the pain, I never know what kind of level, whether it's going to be almost at like a migraine level or if it's going to be more moderate. I never have it low enough or completely go away. Maybe 3 times in the last 15 to 30 years, actually. Yeah, I damaged a nerve in the back of my head. And so when I did, I hit it on the back of concrete. Long story. But anyway, hit it on concrete and it hit that nerve called the occipital nerve that branches up into the head, and it damaged that nerve. So it basically caused me to have a permanent headache. And over the years, the intensity of that headache has gotten worse and worse and worse. I think on the term limits, I don't know on the judges, but I do think for sure that as far as our senators, our lawmakers, the House and the Senate, I think though they need to have term limits, and they need to have term limits that also include where they're not getting lifetime free benefits for their service. I appreciate their service, but they get paid well. They get paid very well. And we're expected to live on a third of that. Most people less than that. And so I think they get paid well enough, and maybe do a 1 or 2 year care package for their family, and then that needs to be it. They don't need to have lifetime benefits. Nobody else gets that. And if they want to pay into retirement and do all that, they should be able to. They shouldn't be able to vote themselves a raise either. That's my perfect opinion on that. But yeah. Anyways, I have a permanent headache, so I can't work outside the house because I never know when it's going to be, like, to the point of nauseating. Exploring, yeah, I mean, I kind of do too, truthfully. So, but yeah, if there's any subjects that you guys want, any questions you want to ask me, you're welcome to. More than happy to answer what I can. For those of you who have stuck with me for a long time, you know that on this channel I've been in and out, and we've had a lot going on, like with custody of our granddaughter and stuff. We settled that today, and so she's going back to her mom and staying with her, and we're getting grandparents' rights. So we'll be at least seeing her every 2 weeks with everybody agreed on that, so we will have that. I think so too. I don't think it's right. And who else gets to vote themselves their own raise anyways? Like, I don't, everybody would be giving themselves raises if that was the case. And especially when they've shut down so much of the economy to the point where people are not making it. I just think that's crazy. Congrats. Let's see. Yeah, I really do think term limits all the way around. I mean, thank you. I'm glad we're able to see her too. She's a blessing. Love her to pieces, and She just turned, yeah, I want to raise too. Well, she just turned 8 this month, so she's getting big. She's spunky. She's very quick-witted. Let me tell you, she's something. But yeah, she's a blessing. But at least now, her mom's in a much better place and able to care for her much better. And so we're glad that they're making strides forward and being able to do that. Let's see. What off his man pole bragging about all the chocolate in her freezer while Americans struggle just to feed it from. Oh, I know. It is so infuriating how out of touch she is. I mean, really, you probably have $500 worth of ice cream in your freezer, and there's people that would love just to have a few things to make a full meal so that their bellies could be full. And we're all in this together. Okay. Yeah. And the new normal, while a lot of these people are sitting in their mansions and they're acting like nobody should be upset because they can't go to work. What's the big deal? You get some time off, free time, yay. Well, people can't afford free time. People have to pay for medicine. People have to pay for food. People have to pay for diapers and wipes for their babies. Yeah, I mean, you can get by without diapers and wipes. You can use cloth stuff, but still, people have things they've got to take care of. Let's see. It's not just, let's see. Let me see what you say. Let's see it better here. It's the government. They should go and get their chance to make a change and then get out. Our government is not their nursing home. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I agree. Exploring. And they're so willy-nilly with our money. Our money. I mean, there's people that just still do not understand. If they get something free from the government, somebody had to work their tail end off to pay the taxes for them to get that free stuff. And yes, Red, insulin is going up and people are out of jobs and can't afford their insulin. That, talk about showing just how spiteful somebody is, that they would do away with a mandate. They're getting fed money from the pharmaceutical companies when they go after that. One of the first things they go after is a mandate on lowering drug costs. It. It just makes me sick. Like, your political gain, your financial gain is more important than the lives of these people that cannot, I mean, they'll die if they don't have it. Okay? And that's more important. Oh my gosh, that's infuriating. Just, it makes me sick. And did I lose it? There we go. My mom passed this last year, not from the C word, sorry, but from a heart attack. And she passed a couple of days before all the lockdowns started taking place. So, like, literally, she passed on Friday the 13th of March, and the following week we did her service, and a few days later is when they started all the statewide lockdowns and stuff. Oh, thank you, Kaylin. Thank you. I appreciate it. But my mom, that woman, she knew her word of God, and she, they held up her Bible during the service. My nephew did the service, and he held it up, and, it was well worn. So, we know that she knew the Lord, and I know where she's at. So I'm happy with that. she didn't have to suffer through all this or stress about any of it, so I'm grateful for that. Right now, there are more jobs than workers. The government encouraged laziness and entitlements. Well, I'll guarantee you there won't be for long, because there are a lot of jobs that just got signed out of existence. And the trickle-down effects of all of that, and plus somebody wanting to open up the border. So anyway, yeah, if I would ask anybody on any of my live feeds, I said that C word, the kung flu word. So yeah, try not to use any of that or any of the freedom sticks or freedom seeds words too, so that this doesn't get flagged, because I'd like to be able to get to a point where I can go live on the regular YouTube. So thank you, Will. I appreciate it for the prayers. It's really weird. Yeah, it's hard to be without my mom, but let me tell you, I've really had a lot of peace with it, because I know her relationship with God, so I'm not worried about it. I know we'll meet again. Let's see. This crack in my screen's driving me crazy. I need a new laptop so bad. Let's see. Well, is there anything else anybody else wants to talk about before I get off of here? I was trying to catch up and rant a little bit about the whole rules for thee but not for me thing, and and everything that's going on in the world, and now I'm up here all tearful. Sorry. Not trying to be a downer on that end anyway. Red says it in one night, Baden lost over, let me put it up here, lost over 1,000 jobs for people who actually want to work, where they also encourage others to sit on their rumps. Yeah, it's true. And what's bad is the people that are being encouraged to sit on their rumps are people that feel entitled to sit on their rumps for whatever reason, So that's infuriating. It's like my husband, he has arthritis. He works from 6:30 in the morning till 6:30 at night, and gets home, and a lot of times he goes out to the shop and he works until about an hour and a half before bedtime, comes in and eats supper, watches maybe an hour of TV, takes a shower and goes to bed, and starts over and doing it all the next day. And on his days off, he's out in that shop working on other people's farm equipment, on his dad's farm equipment, on stuff that we need. He just now, I'm so proud of him, he built a feeding buggy for cake feeder that's on a trailer that drags, and he built the trailer, he built the feeder. I'll do a video and show some pictures of it, and from kind of little processes throughout, and he welds, and he's a fabricator, so he does an amazing job. So yeah, that's true, Red. The Bible does say that. So anyway, you call it the big nasty. What is that? Oh, yeah, the kung flu. The kung flu, yeah. Well, I know a lot of people don't think it's real, but we've lost several that we knew in our community, and one of them was my daughter's age, in his 20s, and literally he was fine. Then he couldn't breathe. They took him into the little country ER, and he died of a heart attack right there in their ER. We lost 5 people the following week with it, and a couple weeks before that. So, and a lot of them in excellent health, no known medical history. Yeah, he is gonna need his skill, and he's great at a lot. He's a mechanic, he's a fabricator, welder, and he can build just about anything out of metal. But he's not so good with like wood carving or wood tools or wood making stuff. So making stuff out of wood is not his thing for whatever reason. I don't know why. I guess it's intimidating to him. But that man is amazing. He can do almost anything. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. What did JIT say? Let's see. It really is kind of scary. Oh, well, that's good, Kaylin. I'm glad that people from your mosque live to tell about it, surviving it. That's awesome. But yeah, I know it's real. I'm not saying that the numbers aren't messed up because somebody gets in a car accident, but they have it, and then they're put under that category as passing from that. I'm not saying that the numbers aren't there, but I agree that it's real, and I think that I do think it seems to be harder on people, but I'm thankful that so far our families all come through it and done well. So I praise God for that. Will says everyone should think what skills they have, and I agree. Really, we all need to be finding skills, and you know it's hard to know who you should trust and not trust, because even people like in a really bad situation, even people you would have thought you could have counted on with your life are not necessarily going to look out for you, and they may even attempt to do something to take what you have. So it's hard to know who to trust when it actually comes down to it. But we do have, my husband's brother lives across the road, his other brother lives down the road. The other brother, one brother, he has chickens, lots of chickens and goats. So those are two things that are a good use. Plus, we all have cattle. And then my brother-in-law that lives across the road, he is a mechanic. He's a big guy, so he could help with anything. He can do some welding. He can do some other things like that. And then we have really good friends that they have a pond that they have stocked with fish and reloading material and all of that. So we've kind of got some of those bases covered. And we've been talking a lot more, like really seeing how quickly things have been going downhill in this world. We've realized just how much we've really, living room TV came off pause. Anyways, we've really seen how quickly things have come downhill, and with there being people in office or very influential people really wanting to take our liberties away, even talking about putting people in camps to reprogram them and stuff, or take our kids away just because we vote this way. Oh, that's scary. That's dangerous, and people need to take it seriously, because people in Nazi Germany didn't take it seriously, and look what happened. And you think, oh, people won't follow what they say. They won't actually follow through and do that. They won't go for that. They'll stand up for the little guy. No. We should learn from history that that isn't what happened. Hush, CJ. So, you got your deck repaired in the fall so it's safe to use. Oh, that's awesome, Kaylin. Yeah, I know, like you said earlier, that you live in a small apartment. It is so hard. And I cannot even imagine living anywhere near a city. I mean, I'm thankful that we live so far out in the country from the nearest large city, we live like 3.5 hours away. So we live a good amount away, about 2 hours one direction, about 3.5 the other. So we are far enough away that I'm not saying it's safe, because there's people around here that would probably do whatever they could, but most people know us, and they know we mean business, and they know what that's all about back there, and they know we know how to use what's in that thing back there. And don't think I won't. If somebody threatens our family, you better believe I will. So yeah, we're getting more serious, and we're working on I'm working on teaching our friends more about preparedness and stuff. Oh, Kaylin, that's tough. I know. I told my daughter, she lives in the city. I told her, in case for some reason she can't use her vehicle, it's disabled for whatever reason, and she needs to get back to here, she may want a bicycle. Because you can go about twice as fast on a bicycle at a good, decent pace, not hauling butt or anything. But most people walk, 3 to 5 miles an hour. You go on a bicycle 8 to 10 miles an hour, so it cuts your time in half. And even if you stop to take breaks and push your bike like on a hill or something, you're still going to be. Hey, Urban Prepper, welcome. It's good to see you. Even if it takes her a while to push the bike like on hills or whatever, it's still going to be a lot better on the downhill and flat ground to have a bicycle to work her way back here than it would not to have it. So I said, you need to see about getting a bicycle. You need to see about. Thank you, Urban. I appreciate that. You need to get a bicycle. You need to outfit it with a way to put your get home bag on it, or your bug out bag. So I told her she needs to be doing that and going through it. But bless her heart, she has anxiety, and it was all getting to be a bit much for her. So I gave her some downtime. But I am going to bring up the bicycle again. I'm like, okay, now listen, I try not to scare her, but I still want her to be aware of what's going on so that she can make it back here if she needs to. Our other child lives within an hour of here driving, or a lot of times he lives in this area. He stays with friends and stuff. So, he's a lot closer. We have means of older transportation. We could probably get to him if we needed to. Her, though, I told her to make a plan with her map. Let us know her plans and like her backup plans if one route's blocked to start getting here. So try to give her some options on things. Urban, we were talking about alternate websites for buying preparedness items besides Amazon, because of the freedom of speech issues going on with that. And I know you don't get political, and that's okay. But we're just talking about, for those that don't want to necessarily purchase from there, different websites where you can purchase things that is comparable in price. So yeah, I'd be curious what you think on that. If I'm wanting to compile a list so that I can get it out to people, but I don't want to do it on an individual website. So I'm thinking maybe I'd have to email it, because I don't know a way to get it out to a bunch of people at once without creating a website for them to go and click on it and download it. So if you know of a way, I am not computer savvy at all. So if you know of a way, I would love to hear from you. My email is on my channel. It's Call Me Crazy, but without the A's in it, all lowercase, callmecrazy@gmail.com. So CLLMECRZY@gmail.com. But yeah, I want to compile a list to get to everybody so that they can have some other options if they don't want to go that route. Let's see. All right, well, guys, I've been on here for an hour and 9 minutes. It's probably about time to get off here, but I've sure enjoyed it. A lot more people showed up than I thought would, for the mid-afternoon, just to kind of like impromptu chat, but we went to court today on the custody thing for my granddaughter, and I actually had some makeup on because usually I don't, and thought, I'll do a live chat. Why not? But anyway, all right. Well, guys, it's good to see you all. Okay, and probably buying directly from the manufacturer website. Yeah, that would be really cool to have a consumer report from Prepper's website. Well, guys, know that I love you. I appreciate each of you. I want you all to have a blessed day. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to email me. I check my email, usually in the late afternoon or evening. And anyway, so yeah, like Kaylin said, I'm gonna go chill with my pup. And y'all check out each other's channels. And I wish you all the blessings in the world. God bless you guys. Bye.